Well, the weather is up and down, a little bit rainy outside. So today I'll be showing you how to change the rear brake fluid on a Tenere 700 without any specialty tools. If you want to buy a vacuum kit like this, it's just a cheapo out of Harbor Freight, but they work great. I had this for a couple years already. The rear brake is known to be not the best in the Tenere, super soft. I did buy the Camel ADV brake fix, which improved quite a bit, just the response of the rear brake, but I have a feeling there still may be a little bit of air in the rear line. After doing extensive research online, some of these bikes from factory came with a little bit of air in the rear lines. So let's bleed the rear brakes and see if we can find any air in the line. A few tools needed for the job: a T30 or a 10mm socket, 11mm wrench, DOT4 brake fluid, and a hose for the bleeder screw. I did put my bike on a stand just to level it out. Not a big deal if you can't do that. To get to the brake fluid res, we'll have to take this cover off. So that'll be either a 10mm or the T30. Just 3 of these. Pop that off. Right behind that is the res for the brake fluid. It's a little bit difficult to get to. Go ahead and unscrew that. Pull this plastic piece slightly back. There's the cap, a little rubber piece in here as well. Put that in there and off to the side. Don't get any of this dirty. At the back of the bike, here's your caliper, and this is your bleeder. There's gonna be a little rubber protective piece on here. Let's go ahead and pop that off. This is where your hose comes in. For the hose, you want something just tight enough to go on the top of that and not slip off on you. I like using an old jar to collect the fluid in. Throw your hose in there, grab your brake fluid. At this point, we are ready to start bleeding the system. I'm going to throw a little bit of fluid in here. Now this is a little bit difficult to get to, but if you push this plastic in, it gives you just enough space to pour in the fluid. So I just top that off a little bit since we're bleeding the system. Now here comes the fun part. What we'll be doing is pumping the rear brake, cracking open the bleeder. So as you open, you pump, close. So once again, crack open, pump, close. By closing it, we're not allowing any air back into the line. So open, pump, close. Open, pump, close. There's a little air bubble right there. As you're doing the bleed, keep an eye out on the res. Do not go below the lower level here. You do not want to pump air into the line. Going super low on the fluid. I'm going to go ahead and top that off. I'm going to keep going just to get all this old stuff out of there. And it doesn't take very long. A couple more little pumps just because I see dirty fluid coming out. If we take a look at the res here, lower, upper, I'm just below the upper fill point. Go ahead and grab this little rubber deal. Pop that back on. Get your cap back on. I know the bike is filthy. I've been slacking on giving it a bath. Grab yourself a paper towel or a rag, and when you pull this tube off, kind of minimize any brake fluid going on your caliper. Don't forget to cap this off. Grab your plastic side cover. It does have one of these little pin deals with rubber grommet. So when you're putting this on, just give a little hit and it'll clip right in. I'll give you a side-by-side of fresh fluid and the fluid that came out of the bike. So here's the fluid that came out of the bike. Let me show you what the fresh fluid looks like. You know, a little nasty. Not terrible, but good thing we changed that either way. Fairly simple process. I hope that helps some of you. We'll see how the bike feels on the next ride out. I'll catch you in the next one.